Real quick before we get started, we're going to Cool Stuff Con.
That's April 18th, 19th, and 20th. We'll be in Orlando, and you should come too.
There's a 5K cEDH tournament, 3 RCQs, limited events, and a command zone where us and a bunch of other creators will be hanging out there all day.
And there's a ton of con exclusives like coins and promos and stickers and even more.
You can grab your passes at the link down below before they sell out.
Now let's get into this video.
Welcome to Play to Win, where we play to win. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Cam. This week, we're joined by Moderately Anonymous MTG to play some cEDH.
I'm Dan, Moderately Anonymous MTG. You can find me on Twitch and on YouTube at that same name. I produce a lot of cEDH content. I'm also a co-host of the Herald's Horn podcast. That is me, Emma Partlow, and Cal Jones, talking about current MTG news. So find us wherever you can find podcasts. And thanks so much for having me. This was a super amount of fun.
This video is brought to you in part by Dragon Shield. Use code PLAYTOWIN5 at the affiliate link down below for 5% off to help support the show.
And check us out on Patreon to support us directly and get awesome extra perks like the Chill to Win series at the $10 tier, where you can already see more games from this pod.
We have Cam on Dan Vega's Mega Money Quiz, Mod on Post-Ban DIHADA Breach Storm, Nate's on Nasty Nate's Loot Box, and I'm playing Food Chain Wins Gams, a CAZUR and UKKIMA list submitted by our patron SC Phillip.
Oh, we got Delusionary.
Is that a sixer?
That's a sixer.
Oh boy, we got a sixer. We're screwed this game, guys. Mod, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Any pre-games?
Gemstone. Yeah, exile this Fluster Storm.
Nice.
Hey.
Agreeable.
Cam takes us away.
I will do just that. I'll draw. I'll play Stomping Grounds for 2 life, down to 38. I'll start off with an Orcish Lumberjack. I will pass the turn.
Thank God, no additional plays. Okay, let's go Gadget. Flooded Strand is land return. Crack it, go to 39. I'm gonna get a Plateau, and I'm gonna cast a Ragavan, and I'm gonna pass.
Untap, upkeep, I will draw. I'm going to go to 38. Shocking in this Stomping Ground, and I'm going to cast Talisman of Curiosity.
Yeah, we're all going to be tapped out for this turn too, Chunky. I guess, no, you leave that Talisman up. Don't cast anything else.
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay.
And then I'll pass.
I will draw for turn. Breeding Pool to 38, and a Birds of Paradise. Pass turn.
All right. Get a draw. I'll play a Windswept Teeth. Make a green mana. This is gonna look so weird. Use Orcish Lumberjack to sacrifice my Stomping Ground for 3 more green mana. I have 4 green mana, and I'll use a bunch of that green mana on an Eternal Witness.
Oh,
That's funny.
That's one spell?
Yes, 1 spell. You did that to Dylan yesterday, and you didn't have it, so I'm not going to be afraid of that now either. So I'm going to get back my Stomping Ground and just pass the turn. Yeah, so my last play did look weird, I think, but if you know what's in my hand, I think it makes a little bit sense. So
that's a tally, right? I mean, like your plays are going to look weird. They'll make sense in the end.
Untap, upkeep, draw.
I think that means Gaia's Cradle's coming.
it's not Gaia's Cradle.
I don't think so. I think this is the plan that Cam had. Let's go to combat. Nate, I'm gonna swing 2 at you.
So that'll put me at 36.
And 1 Monkey Man trigger, please.
Yep. You get a City of Brass.
Ah, you motherfucker. I'll make my treasure. Second main phase, a scrubland. Cast a gamble.
I'm going to fetch in response to your gamble and go down to 37. I just got really afraid of you having opposition agent really quickly. I'm going to find a commercial district and get a surveil.
How are you going to know what you want on top now?
I always know what I want on top. It either gets me a chunky or it doesn't get me a chunky.
That's true. That's fair. You're right. Okay.
Yeah. Look at this. Sure, I'll leave it. No other responses to gamble.
Oh, that means that's okay. That's a chunky. Yeah, Mod, gamble accordingly.
All right. I am discarding a mana confluence. I would like to cast a Dark Ritual.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's the second spell. Yep.
All right. I'm going to crack my treasure, and I'm going to cast a Smothering Tithe.
Oh, that's good. Show him the Mind Break Trap, Nate. Show him.
No, I don't have it.
Damn.
I knew it. It's okay. I can help us. I can help us with the chunky. That's it. I'm going to pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, I will draw.
Tithe?
You can have a... I'm going to cast a Ristic Study. That feels really bad after a Tithe. And then I'm going to play an Hadawara as my land for turn, and I'll pass.
Untap. Draw card.
Tithe?
You can have it.
Thank you.
Flooded Strand, crack. Go to 37. I'll find Underground Sea. And Nate, I liked your play. I'm going to cast Ristic Study.
Oh, my lord. Two
Oh,
of
here we
them.
go. I'm going to draw a card.
Yes. Smothering Tithe.
We're in for a penny. We're in for several pounds now.
Pass my turn. Looking like mid-range hell yet again. 2 Ristic Studies and a Smothering Tithe already, and it's only turn 2.
I'm not going to care. I'm just going to try to chug through this. All right, here I go.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute before we go to Cam's turn.
Oh, yeah.
I do want to take my action. That does save us.
Does it help if the card I got is Twin Flame, so it doesn't really help get Chunky out?
Yeah, you know what? You may proceed.
Cool. I will draw Twin Flame.
So at this point, I can kind of smell out that Dan has a Swords to Plowshares for my Orcish Lumberjack, which is going to completely ruin a possible chunky for me on this turn.
You spoke very clearly afterwards. You said, this card doesn't help me get a chunky. That was very important.
Yeah, Twin Flame doesn't help me get a chunky.
Yeah. These other cards might.
I will play Cavern of Souls as my land, naming
Fuck, you tricked me.
Chunky.
Ooh, he said chunky. He didn't say
Yeah.
dinosaur.
That's not a real magic type.
Naming dinosaur. Let's make a green mana. Nah, I can still be super stocked. I'm going to Metamorphosis away my Eternal Witness to try to make 4 mana of red color.
I have a Ristic Study trigger.
You guys can get your heuristic studies.
Draw a card.
Dan, you have 2.
I will accept them both.
Make 4, and I will sacrifice my commercial district for 3 more red. I'll leave 1 of the Orcish Lumberjack red floating, and I will cast an uncounterable chunky. You guys can draw.
Draw a card.
I'll make some treasures.
ETB trigger. Found a Mox Diamond for myself.
Do you like
Yeah.
Bolas's Citadel? Is that a fun card to
I
cast?
love Bolas's Citadel.
3 lands and a Demonic Tutor for me.
Crop rotation for me.
These seem amazing. I'm going to cast all of them. Demonic Tutor goes on the stack first, then Crop Rotation, then Bolas's Citadel, then Mox Diamond. So Mox Diamond resolves first. 4 spells that I will not pay for Heuristic Study.
Alright, so I'll make 8 treasures after all that.
Okay.
Okay, all of these spells are on the stack now. Cam, you're passing priority to me.
I will pass it right over to you, Dan. Yes.
I have but 1 action I can take, and I will take it. I will try to swords your ETALI with all of these things on the stack.
Ooh, that is a good thing. Yes.
Can I draw a card?
You may. Everyone may draw.
Yeah, okay. I will draw a card.
Chunky gets exiled. I'll gain 7.
Since we do know about that Twin Flame in your hand, it makes sense why Mada wants to Swords here, because we see 2 available mana, which means you'll be able to Twin Flame ETALI after this, all said and done, and you'll be able to get another ETALI. But if Mod does it now before the mana resolves, you don't have an opportunity to copy your chunky. So this makes sense as like, even though the 7 life into Bolas's Citadel is like, okay, that does make Bolas's Citadel better, I still think it's right to do it now with the info that we have.
But it makes my crop rotation worse too, because now if I get Cradle, it's
Yeah.
significantly worse. So like,
Yeah, exactly.
just tutoring for food chain isn't an obvious way for me to win right now.
Still nothing.
Still nothing else. Dylan, anything else from you?
Nothing for me yet.
Mox Diamond will enter. I'll pitch this Urza Saga. We'll have the Bolas's Citadel that'll come in. This is going to be Bolas's Citadel. And then there's a crop rotation, which I'll use to sacrifice Cavern of Souls. Cradle here. Demonic Tutor. All right, I'll find the card. I get to look at the top card of my library at any time. Jesus Christ. The top card of my library is fucking Treasonous Ogre.
Okay, that's not even that good. You have
Not even that good.
Yeah.
I will pay
All right.
4 life to cast Treasonous Ogre.
Ristic Study on the Treasonous Ogre.
Have your Heuristic Studies. Have your Heuristic Studies. Sticker Goblin, Heuristic Study.
I'll draw a card.
I drew a card.
I'll go to a fat 20 treasures.
You put the delusionary sticker on the goblin. That's what you do there. We don't go through it. You had the delusionary sticker at the beginning of the game. That it makes 6 mana.
I can pay 3 red for Cloudstone Curio, and I'll pay for Heuristic Study twice with life. I'll pay 3 life Elvish Spirit Guide off the top, 6 more life. Pay for Heuristic Studies. Cloudstone Trigger to bounce the goblin, then use the 3 red to cast the goblin.
Ristic Study.
Yeah, 2 Ristics.
I'll pay for Heuristic Study 1 with Mox Diamond and 2 with 3 life down to 22. Sticker Goblin enters, makes 6 mana. I'll return Orcish Lumberjack. Twin Flame to target the goblin, holding priority. Forgot this was
Dual
my
cast.
Dual cast.
You forgot that those were the last cards in your hand?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm like looking at Bolas's Citadel, and I'm like, I got hung up on the Cloudstone. I thought I could win with infinite mana.
A Ristic Study on each of them, but I think the dual caster can be responding to the one on Twin Flame, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm holding priority. Either way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Mod, you got anything?
No, I used my swords already.
Nate, you good?
I have nothing.
Say the line.
When Dualcaster Mage enters the battlefield, it will have its ETB trigger target Twin Flame, which will make a copy of Twin Flame that will target Dualcaster Mage, which the new ETB will target the original copy of Twin Flame that's on the Sticker Goblin, which will create a loop where I can make infinite Dualcaster Mages, make 1 last Sticker Goblin, and then move to combat with hasty Dualcaster Mages
to attack you all for death.
Nice.
Right on.
Nice win.
Good game.
Shall we go again?
We have to.
Dude, sometimes the ETALI decks, you're gonna have it all, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I don't have to be afraid of Rhystic Study, and sometimes you just get everything that you need that you can even play so badly, and you still have the backup combo in your hand anyway.
Yeah, it's so funny. You had like both combos in your hand, but you were able to go through the infinite mana, but not through 2 Rhystic Studies. You would draw someone a whole bunch of cards. So I think after realizing that you couldn't make a billion mana, you're just like, fuck it, let me just go for this. Because I think you were still kind of afraid, what if somebody has another piece of interaction that they're waiting on or something?
Yeah, exactly. And I would always rather win with Chunky than without Chunky.
Right,
So if I can go for infinite mana, I'd rather do that.
That was quick. Should we do another game?
Let's play a second game.
Cam's up first.
Yep. Any pre-games?
Gemstone, I'm going to exile a gamble.
Not this time.
Not this time. All right, take us away, Cam.
All right, here we go. I will get a draw. Urza Saga, give it a counter, and I will pass the turn.
Draw for turn. Got a Bloodstained Mire. I'm going to crack the Bloodstained Mire, go to 39, get myself a Badlands. I'm going to cast a Chromox. I'm going to imprint a Last Chance. I'm going to cast a Professional Facebreaker.
Jesus.
That's a good one. That's a good start.
Yeah, I was super hyped to draw the land. I didn't have it. If that's cool, I will pass.
That puts you to 2 cards?
2 cards in hand.
Yeah, okay. Go draw for turn. I'm gonna start by paying 2 life and casting Taxian Probe.
You want to find out what they are?
No, I'm gonna target Dylan.
I have 6. Should I show the class?
You can show everybody. I'll probably just tell everybody.
I have Morphic Pool, Mana Vault, Rhystic Study, again, which was nice. Dathi Voidwalker, Malevolent Hornet, and a Force of Will this time.
Ooh, okay. Draw a card, Windswept Teeth, crack it, go for a Taiga, and cast Ragavan, and I'll pass.
Draw for turn. Morphic Pool, Mana Vault.
Yep.
It's okay. I will pass my turn.
All right, I'll get a draw. Urza Saga takes up to 2, play an Emergence Zone, and then I'll pay 2 mana for an Arcane Signet. That's it for me. I will pass.
I'm going to go to combat. Dylan, we're going to come at you for 2.
Sounds right. I'll take 2 and go to 38.
And I will make 1 treasure. I'll spend 4 mana on DIHADA.
I don't think I'm supposed to counter Tahada.
I prefer you didn't.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
She comes in with 5. We are going to downtick 3 to 2. And I'm going to reveal the top 4. Goblin Welder, Vampiric Tutor, Arid Mesa, Savine's Reclamation. So no legendaries to put back in my hand. I'm going to make 4 treasures.
Huh, weird. No legends. Huh. Savine's Wreck is in there, though. That's spooky.
Yep, that's a good one. An Arcane Signet.
Hey, Arcane Signet Brothers.
Yep, you made it look so cool. And then I'm going to pass the turn from there.
I will draw. Tropical Island is my land for turn. Go to combat. Dylan, I'm going to come at you. 2.
I feel targeted. Thank you very much. I'll take 2. Go to 36. Top card. Yep. It's a Pact of Negation.
Ooh, this could be a treasure for now. I'm going to exile Elvish Spirit Guide. I'll cast Rhystic Study.
Okay, that's so funny. We both found Rhystic again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That one.
I'm good.
Me too.
Good for me.
That will do it. That'll be the turn.
I would like to force it, but realistically,
Nah, that's not worth the force, in my opinion.
yeah, it's not, especially knowing that Cam is about to cast many, many spells.
It's funny how this game is looking to be the exact same for you and Nate, and it's the complete opposite for me now.
Yeah, it's a little bit different when you know there's a Force of Will and you don't have a Cavern of Souls.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Now I'm way scared. I'm way behind on mana, but Mod's looking pretty good here.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Put Rhystic Study on the stack.
Draw a card.
I have 1 colorless mana floating. I'll pay for it. That's it. Miss my land drop. Pass my turn.
I will untap and draw. In response to my Urza Saga trigger, I will make a colorless mana that will be represented with this little doohickey. And then Urza Saga trigger. Dan, show me Opposition Agent.
No, I don't play that card.
Oh, okay.
I might actually play Opposition Agent. I don't really know. It's not in my hand, though.
I'm finding a Soul Ring. Seems absolutely wild to just go, oh, I'm going to cast a Chunky into this Force of Will. So
It's done its job. Now I don't have to use it.
Gataxian Probe is very powerful. Instead of Chunky, I'll play a Gaia's Cradle as my land for turn.
Powerful.
That looks very silly.
Yes.
Blood Moon.
Rhystic Study.
I will pay for Rhystic Study, and I will pay for Rhystic Study.
You got, this is a good, you've been clever here because yeah, I must. Force of Will. Yeah, I lose a life to cast Force of Will. Pitching this Malevolent Hermit, go to 35.
I have a trigger. Rhystic Study.
You can draw.
Nice. Yeah, Blood Moon is countered. Okay. Oh boy, I hope I didn't
funny.
give Dan the game. I'm gonna pass.
I wish I had a tutor in my hand. I hope I draw one. I could technically crack these treasures and try to get one, but
It sucks to have to use Force of Will on the Blood Moon here, when I would much rather use it on a win condition, but I'm pretty sure right now Blood Moon would just lock me out of the game entirely. And if I can't cast any spells whatsoever, then I certainly can't win the game, so I gotta force now and then hope one of my opponents does something about the ETALI or the DIHADA or something.
Yeah, for me, my hope is that you don't want to counter this because you're afraid enough of DIHADA.
Yeah.
But I can completely understand where you're coming from, because this could also be argued that it's almost irresponsible of me to try to do this because it hurts you and Nate so much more than DIHADA, since DIHADA is
Making
like
treasures,
making a
right?
bunch of treasures.
I think it kind of makes sense because it does have to get the Force of Will out of my hand, and it feeds Nate a card. So theoretically, you could like hope that Nate would then draw interaction for Mod, and then now the Force of Will is out of my hand, and the interaction might be out of Nate's hand. So that does kind of make sense.
This can still work out. We just need Mod to not have anything.
I will go to combat. We're going to go to Ed Dillon again.
33 is my new life total.
PFB will trigger, and I'll make a treasure go up to 3 of them. I don't know. I don't think I should do nothing and pass the turn. I guess I'm going to at least PFB, crack one of these treasures, and exile the top of my library.
Yep.
Add.
Look at that.
That is certainly a horse of a different color.
Oh, it looks like Mod had something. Oh, that's amazing.
Your deck is like, you know what? Actually, it is time for you to push.
I guess I'm going to put a silence on the stack, and everyone can draw for their respective things.
Whoa! Ristic Study, I can draw.
Yeah.
I can draw.
Yeah, everyone's good to draw.
Nate, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna mental mystic it.
Okay.
You can draw a card.
That's something. Draw.
Yeah.
Come on, Dylan. I don't have anything else.
All right. Ad nauseam still exiled and not on the stack yet.
Well, I'm going to change that. I'm going to change the
Okay.
nature of that situation. I'm going to put the card ad nauseum onto the stack.
Ristic Study.
Ristic studies.
Everyone can draw for the respective studies.
This is the second spell cast this turn for your
Oh,
mind.
shit.
It's fine. Just whatever the follow-up. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah. Just hit the next thing. It's
Sure.
So I can have fun?
Yeah.
I'm starting at 39 here. Simian Spirit Guide is 6. I'll just keep there. That's fine.
Yeah. You got a lot of good stuff.
Okay, I have no mana floating. I have not made a land drop this turn. That's super goated.
You're gonna have a lot of mana.
Play City of Traders as my land for turn. Cast 1 country defense grid.
Ristic Study.
You may draw.
I have that chain of vapor, but after this, I can't cast it.
The problem is if you bounce anything on his board, he just uses it to fuel himself.
Cast it now to give me one more draw.
I'm gonna crack this for a blue. This treasure for a blue. I'm gonna cast chain of vapor, targeting Cam's arcane signet.
I have a Ristic Study. Nope, that wasn't it.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. Arcane Signet goes back to my hand. I'd like to chime in with a spell.
Nice.
But I don't think it's not really any good. It's just to help you guys get some more draws. I'm gonna Pyrokinesis, pitching a Hunting Velociraptor. 2 draws, 3 damage at Facebreaker, 1 damage at Ragavan.
Ragavan's gone.
I should have done this before the ad nauseum. I don't know why I held on to this for so long. I think
To give us draws beforehand.
I think part of me thought that maybe a unprotected dual caster mage win is going to be how Dan tries to go for this.
Yeah.
And I think that it would have just been way more safe for me to do this pre-ad nauseum here. So,
Yeah.
oops, everybody. I'm sorry.
Nothing for me.
This is my only opportunity. I'm gonna mind break trap it.
Nice.
Oh, it's here.
Yeah.
Ristic, respond to that Ristic Study trigger, and I will exile Simian Spirit Guide, attempt to Pyroblast it, and you may draw for that one.
I will draw for that one.
All right, Dylan.
Nothing.
Your turn.
Nauseam wins games.
Pyroblasting the Mind Break Trap works. I have a Ristic on the Mind Break Trap.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's going to be like a movie if you draw it now.
No, still nothing. Still nothing.
Shoot.
Okay, so defense grid, how are we feeling?
I have nothing else.
That's good.
Show me your moves, Dan.
We've got the Lotus Petal. Everyone's going to be able to draw for all the things I'm casting. Mox Diamond, and I'll pitch a Mana Confluence. Might as well cast a Lion's Eye Diamond, and then I will just cast Final Fortune. Uptick DIHADA to 4, target nothing. Move to pass the turn to myself.
Do it.
Pitching all things that you've seen. Moving to my extra turn. I will draw. I drew Grinding Station.
Hell yeah. Sometimes your deck just tells you you're winning this one.
I will play Scrubland as my land for turn. I'll have a City of Traders trigger, and I'm going to float 2 mana in response to it, and then I'll sacrifice it. Everyone's still good to draw off everything. Scrubland, I'm going to tap for black. I'm going to cast a Dark Ritual. I'll cast Underworld Breach using one of my colorless floating here. I'd like to Praetor's Grasp, targeting Dylan, exiling 3 lands from my graveyard.
I'll draw from it, and then, yeah,
Cool. I would like to take your Thassa's Oracle,
you have it. It's not in my hand yet.
cast a Grinding Station, and that'll have an ETB trigger, and I'll respond to it, and I will sacrifice this Chromox pointed at myself, and I'll mill 3 cards. They're Out of Time, Wheel of Fortune, and a Path to Exile. This will untap, cast Silence from my graveyard, exiling 3 more things I don't need. And then from there, I'll present a loop where I'm going to grind away my library using Lion's Eye Diamond over and over again because it doesn't cost anything. And then eventually I'll have no library. I'll use LED to make 3 blue mana, and I will cast Thassa's Oracle and win the game.
Yeah, you got it. We are cooked.
Good game.
Super good.
2 quick wins through 2 Rhystic Studies on turn 3 each of them. Like, I feel like, yes, we are in a mid-range world, but sometimes turbo decks can still do well.
If you're tapped out with the Rhystic Study, the only thing you have access to is free interaction, and you have 93 cards in your deck by the time the game starts, so there's a lot of chances that these players have to completely miss on interaction.
Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to support us directly, you can do so on Patreon, like our $100 patrons.
Ellie the Magic Guy, David Newman, Pat Fire, Spangler, Demetrius Clark, Larceny Roars, Your Boy Blue, Sparky B, Insomnia, SC Phillip, Olden Groupie, Gecko21, Caleb Ritchie, Zach Hartley, Reactive, Sean in the Ice, Gare Bear Garrett, Luke Cook, Joshua Day, Demon of Rosgrease, Peter Stewart, Corner Wild, Uncle Butts, Nick Foles Go to 9, Quadja Hamid, Lauren Connell, Scott Hawk, and Baby G-Bus.
If you want to pick up any of our merch, you can do that at playtowinmtg.com.
Thank you, Dragon Shield, for supporting the show. Use code PlayToWin5 at our affiliate link down below for 5% off.
You can follow us on social media for more content.
Thank you for watching.
See you next time.
Should we talk about our $50 patrons?
All of them listed in order.
Deadbeat Scott,
Zaid,
Lisa, and Loner. Nope. Little sad loner.
Ghost Stories,
Sarcastic,
Roy Turner,
Bill Bob,
Mystic Muffin Man,
Zachary Wilson,
Jamaha,
Mace the Ace,
Sultan Pokey,
Justin,
Man Solo,
Jacob Tepp,
Jan Wildfang,
Thomas Bueno,
David Nelson.
Thanks, y'all.
That one went much better.
Yeah, I mean, looking back is 50-50, 2020. Looking back is...
Both. The producers of this episode of Play to Win want you to know that they have nothing to do with the outcome of this content whatsoever.